With rookie minicamp just days away, there's already a buzz, a fire around this team. And it's not just hype. From the outside, it looks like something's changed. But from the inside, it's clear. The Raiders are grinding. You've got guys like Max Crosby and rookie standouts Trey Tucker and Damian Richardson putting in serious work, not just showing up, but showing out at voluntary camp. Now compare that to last year, totally different energy. Back then, the vibe was slow, almost like everyone was waiting around. But this time, there's urgency, there's purpose. And a big part of that comes from two massive additions: Pete Carroll bringing that legendary intensity, and Geno Smith, the unexpected new face under center. But before we dive deeper into what's unfolding in Vegas, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a single update on the Raiders. Now, let's get back to it. Geno Smith is already building chemistry with wideouts like Jacoby Myers and even connecting with Max Crosby on leadership at practice. And if you think Geno's past his prime, think again. The guy may have been in the league for a while, but remember, he spent years on the bench. His body hasn't taken the same punishment as most veterans. He's fresh. His arm, still strong. And mentally, he's more focused than ever. This isn't just another chapter for the Raiders. It might be the beginning of something special. The Raiders just made their boldest offseason decision. And it has nothing to do with flashy draft picks. It's a bet on belief. A bet on Geno Smith. While the world speculated about a rookie quarterback, Vegas stood firm. They didn't chase the hype of a big-name draft pick like Shadir Sanders. Why? Because they believe Geno isn't done. He's just getting started. His body's fresh, his arm's sharp, and most importantly, his leadership is changing the culture in the locker room. But that's not the only surprise. Tight end Michael Mayer, once thought to be trade bait, is suddenly becoming a key weapon. People were ready to write him off this offseason. But Pete Carroll sees something different. With Mayer and rookie Brock Bowers now on the same roster, the Raiders have a tight end duo that could quietly become one of the most dangerous in the league. Two reliable targets, two very different skill sets, one major problem for opposing defenses, and behind all this quiet transformation, it's the work ethic. Geno's there nearly every single day, throwing, studying, grinding. And he's not alone. Max Crosby, the heart and soul of this defense, is setting the tone. His relentless hustle isn't just inspiring, it's contagious. You can see it spreading through the building. What's happening right now in Vegas isn't just a rebuild. It feels like a shift, a culture reboot. Veterans and rookies are feeding off each other's energy. And if this continues into training camp and the preseason, this could be the year the Raiders finally surprise the league. Rookie minicamp is here, and if you're a Raiders fan, you're going to want to remember these names because the future might be arriving faster than anyone expected. Young talent on offense. First up, Jack Beck. The moment he stepped on the field, coaches noticed. His route running, crisp. His hands, reliable. And if his early camp reps are any indication, Beck could push for serious playing time, maybe even a starting role, before week 1. Then there's Ashton Jeanty, the team's top draft pick. Don't expect fireworks yet, no pads, no contact. But his footwork and burst out of the backfield are already turning heads. In this non-contact setting, it's all about vision, agility, and awareness. So far, he's checking the right boxes. Another name to circle, Dante Thornton. At 6 feet 4 inches with blazing speed, he looks like a mismatched nightmare in the making. Some scouts had him pegged as a second rounder, so grabbing him later could end up being a steal. And if Thornton needs time. The Raiders brought in Colin Johnson, another tall target who can give the offense a red zone presence. But maybe the most intriguing weapon in camp? Tommy Mellott. He's listed as a quarterback, but don't get it twisted. This guy can line up anywhere. Wildcat packages, short yardage, slot routes. Think of a Swiss Army knife. And the Raiders are already sharpening it. On the line, let's shift to the trenches. Charles Grant, taken in the 3rd round, has the tools of a future starter. He might not be ready for week 1, but you can already see the upside: length, foot speed, and good instincts. Caleb Rogers, meanwhile, brings versatility. Listed as a tackle, but likely to settle into a guard role. He's the kind of player who could develop into a dependable rotational piece, maybe more down the line. The winner's mindset. And finally, don't overlook Cam Miller. He doesn't flash like others, but there's something about him, a quiet confidence, a winner's mentality. He's used to leading teams that expect to win. That mindset, it matters more than most people think. In locker rooms trying to rebuild an identity, you want to know what's really changing the Raiders' defense? It's not just who they drafted, it's the overlooked names, the underdogs, and the ones nobody saw coming. Let's break it down. Defensive backfield. Start with Darian Porter. He was taken in the third round, and right away, he looks like a perfect fit in this system. Size? Check. Speed? Check. Physicality? Absolutely. He's got the traits to step in and challenge for a starting corner role immediately, but that's not all. Cameron Risenen brings that same energy, long, rangy, aggressive. The Raiders aren't just building a defense, they're building a mold. These corners are made to press, cover, and punish. Then there's Mello Dodson, an undrafted free agent who plays like someone with something to prove. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's already catching attention at camp with his instincts and burst. Don't be shocked if he forces his way onto the roster and into the rotation. Some guys just play hungry. He's one of them. Front seven firepower. Now move to the front. Tonka Hemingway stands out. Explosive off the snap, relentless in pursuit. He's not a traditional nose tackle, but he's a nightmare as a gap shooter on passing downs. Pair him with J.J. Peggs, a true do-it-all defender who can line up practically anywhere. Edge, inside, even tight end in a pinch. Peggs is a chess piece. Cody Roscoe brings the heat too. High motor, raw power, and that never-stop-moving mindset. He might not start early, but his energy is going to be hard to ignore on game days. Linebacker depth. At linebacker, Cody Lindenberg adds grit and leadership. Even if he's buried on the depth chart for now, he's behind vets like Divine Diablo, Robert Spillane, and rookie Tommy Eichenberg, but leadership can't be coached. He'll grow in this system. Closing thought. This Raiders rookie class, it's not just about names, it's about mentality. They've added fighters, leaders, and flexible players who want to be coached. And that's how you build a winning culture from the ground up.